Jets rookie center Joe Tippmann was terrific in his first NFL action against the Browns on Thursday. So let's take a look at his All-22 and I'll show you why Tippmann impressed me and the New York Jets coaching staff. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from PLAJ and we are back in the film room with another All-22 breakdown, and today we're looking at some of Joe Tippmann's tape from the Hall of Fame game against the Browns. Overall, I thought he excelled. He had 24 snaps in pass protection, did not allow a single pressure, and he showed signs of starting to dominate in those zone run blocking looks. We saw that at Wisconsin, and man, we saw it again evident on the tape on Thursday night. We're going to start just there. Joe Tippmann's the center, number 66 for the New York Jets. This is an outside zone to the right. Keep your eyes on the center and have a look at this reach block from Joe Tippmann. It is perfect. Let's break it down a little more specifically. Tippmann does a great job here getting out to the one technique on the right hand side of your screen. He explodes off the snap, and look how he works that right hand inside. But this is where the special ability of Tippmann takes over. This hip flip is perfect. Look how he gets his butt to the sideline, seals the one technique to the inside, and opens up the lane for Izzy Abanikanda to cut back and get those 7 yards. Tippmann does a phenomenal job here with his functional mobility. He is so fluid through his hips and his core. His ability to get that base, anchor, and set that lane is awesome. A great job from Joe Tippmann in outside zone. If you can reach block like this, you're going to have a ton of success in this scheme. Here's a really similar outside zone look here from the Jets, and a great reach block once again from Joe Tippmann. It results in an Izzy Abanikanda touchdown, but the work of number 66 here is again outstanding. Right hand side of your screen, the Jets are going to be running the football. Watch Joe Tippmann in space. He is so fluid and so smooth getting to the one technique. He makes it look easy. Now look, this block doesn't seem as clean when you look at it on the surface, but the positioning of Joe Tippmann is fantastic. He's got the one tech penetrating and crashing hard to the inside. His job is to wash him, to trap him to the inside, and he does exactly that. Great positioning. Once again, the hips are so fluid. Look how he just turns, gets his butt to the sideline, seals the one tech to the inside, and then Izzy Abanikanda, he just erases the angle of the linebacker, and it ends up in 7 points for the New York Jets. But this is the strength, and it's going to be the strength of Joe Tippmann early in his career. His zone run blocking is pretty special. We saw it in college, and man, was I impressed against the Cleveland Browns. This next play is going to be the last run blocking snap we look at, but I think it does a good job highlighting the diversity of Joe Tippmann's skill set. You're going to see him here right hand side of your screen in duo. The Jets are going to double team both of the interior defensive linemen and try and cause displacement. Keep your eyes on number 66. Tippmann does a phenomenal job marching his man 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. He wins at the point of attack. Why? Because he works his lower half through the block. I want you to watch how Tippmann engages his hips, and then those legs drive through with great pad level. This is how you want to see duo executed. In the end, no, it's not a huge gain for the Jets. Izzy Abanikanda cuts back, Becton slips over, and Max Mitchell misses a block. But if you focus on the role and the responsibility of Joe Tippmann, again, it's nearly perfect. I've said that 2 or 3 times in the video. This is duo run perfectly from a center, right hand side combo block, great displacement. This is exactly what you want to see, and the Jets coaching staff would have been thrilled with this from Joe. Let's transition now to a couple of pass blocking reps that Tippmann had against the Browns, because as I said, overall he was really good in this area. I've actually picked 2 plays where Tippmann made some minor mistakes, but I think they really also highlight the biggest strengths of his game. The first one is his recovery ability. Off the snap here, you're going to see Tippmann is facing a stunt to the left-hand side of your screen, but he actually overcommits to the lead runner, number 62. He gets too far to his right-hand side, and as we freeze it here, he's in a poor position. Hips are almost facing the sideline. He's got no power and could be bull rushed so easily. But this is the key. Have a look at the ability to recover. This is special, guys. The NFL isn't always going to be perfect. You need to have this kind of ability. For Tippmann, it starts with his hips. Look how fluid they are. We've already talked about it with the run blocking and the reach blocks, but this is great hip fluidity, the ability to get those hips back to parallel, and right now this is the real key, the hand placement. Tippmann's hands on contact here at the point of attack are wide and outside. He's in a vulnerable position. He's still losing this rep. But have a look how he disengages and shoots those hands to the inside. He unlocks, gets back to the chest, and right now, he's in the comfortable position. He's able to drive the defensive tackle and ends up throwing him to the ground for a pancake. This is a rep where Joe Tippmann should have lost. He looked like he could have been dominated and bullied through his chest, but because of the hip flip and the hand replacement, he's able to get a stalemate, and even better than that, he's able to get his guy to the ground. This is a great example from Joe Tippmann on how to recover when you overcommit to a stunt. And on this last rep, I really want you to focus on Joe Tippmann's anchor. He's a 6'6" center. It's an unusual body type for the position. He's going to lose some of the leverage battles, but if you can anchor, it's going to be key. So here he is, off the snap. Joe Tippmann works hard left, tight inside hands, and look at the ability to drop that anchor on the back end and allow Zach Wilson to get that deep ball away. I really like the tight hands, how he controls the chest, and as the tackle tries to dip and rip back to the inside, Tippmann matches and mirrors. I like the way how he keeps those feet moving through the block, but look at the width of his base, how it gives him power, and right here he drops that lower half and anchors and manages to keep the tackle away from Zach Wilson. This is what you want to see from Joe Tippmann. It isn't always going to be perfect. There's times he's going to be more upright than you're used to seeing from the center position. But as I mentioned, if he can anchor and he can drop that big, powerful lower base, he's not going to have any problems. Great job allowing Zach to have a place to step up in the pocket and keeping the hands down of the defensive tackle. This is a win from Joe Tippmann, and the reason he's able to win is because of that ability to anchor. So guys, that's what the All-22 said about Joe Tippmann's NFL debut in preseason. The zone run blocking was superb. You saw the hip fluidity and the functional mobility. It was there in spades. But I was also impressed by his anchor and recovery ability as a pass protector.